Show on YT Live. What's going on YouTube? As always, we got the TikTok Live right here, doing a little Amazon FBA Q&A, answering any of your questions about selling on Amazon. I've launched 2 products in the US, but not enough sales. Sir, what should I do? So depressed. Inam, you're in a, let me ask you this, Inam, how many reviews do you have? It's the famous question that I ask. How many reviews do you have? I recently just posted a YT video, everybody, by the way, while I wait for that answer. And the video is titled, Why Most Amazon Sellers Fail and How to Avoid This. I see it way too many times. I mean, I get new people in the live every day. Only 2 reviews in 3 months so far. That is your answer, brother. I mean, I'm assuming you're not in the US because you said I launched a product in the US, but I've never in my however many years, over 7 years of using Amazon, not even talking about as a seller, just using it as a buyer, I've never bought a product that had 2 reviews, ever in my life. So the masses are not going to buy your product with only 2 reviews. You are not going to see the sales that you see other people show on social media with only 2 reviews. Reviews are social proof. I highly recommend you go watch my last YT video where I talk about why most Amazon sellers fail. Not having enough reviews is one of those reasons. You missed it, and I'm not saying any of this to like be rude or mean or pick on the comment. Just trying to, get you on the right track. But too many people think that once they launch a product on Amazon, they're at the finish line. When you launch your product on Amazon, you are at the starting line of the race. And you got to do a lot to finish the race. You got to push for reviews. You got to optimize your listing. You got to have good PPC campaigns. But I don't even run PPC campaigns until I get to 10 to 15 reviews. And that's the bare minimum. I never stop pushing for more reviews. Like sometimes people might think, oh, 10 reviews, I'm good. 15 reviews, I'm good. Now I'm done pushing for reviews. No, you keep going. You have to push for more reviews, always. Inactive, out of stock. Amazon hasn't asked for approval. Should I be good for my first order? How long has your listing been up? I mean, if you're adding more value in your differentiator, then price can be higher. Yeah, it can be a little higher, but I never like to price myself out of the market. If you can be price competitive with your differentiators, I always think that that's better. Get 20 reviews, bro. Yeah, you got to get those reviews up, bro. Amazon Vine program is your friend. 2 to 3 weeks, you should be good, bro. Come on, send some product into Amazon Vine. Yes, 100%. You got to get those reviews, everyone. You have to. Let me turn my brightness up. Oh, it's already all the way up. I don't know why it looks so dark. Also, if we get to 3K likes in the next 20 minutes, we will do either live product research or go over PPC ad strategies. About 2 to 3 weeks. What's the best way to push for reviews? Vine program is the #1. You have to be brand. Oh my goodness. You have to be brand registered in order to submit your products into Vine. And then allegedly, I'm not suggesting this, but some people do. I'm not suggesting it. But friends and family, have them leave honest reviews of your product. And then request a review tool, but you can't use the request a review tool until you start getting orders. If I want to sell 1 packs and 4 packs of the product, should I focus on one or the other or both? No, I think you've heard me say this before, but the market is the market is the market. What does that mean? We don't necessarily always know what the market is going to respond to unless we have the data to provide that. So look at how, if there's people who already have 4-packs, go see how they perform. Go see how people who have 1-packs perform. If there's no data on the 4-pack, it's not so much guessing, but you're making an educated guess. And the trippy thing about products, so one of the products that I quote unquote failed selling, it was more so it did really, really well because it was during when the world was shut down, 2020. And then it kind of just started to fizzle out, so I discontinued the product. I don't share any products that I currently sell, but I do share some of the failed products. They were resistant bands, like booty bands, not the rubber or elastic ones, but the cotton ones. Not cotton, but I don't know I think cotton. But so I launched 2 variations at the start. I launched the black, gray, and white variation, and then I launched the pink, teal, and white variation. I ordered way more inventory. It was still within the range, but I ordered way more inventory of the pink, teal, and white one because I was like, this is probably a product that girls are going to use more. I saw other sellers who had that color scheme. And then I ordered a little bit less inventory of the black, blue, and gray one. Or black, blue, and gray. Yeah, black, blue, and gray. I think I said white. Black, blue, gray, and teal, pink, and white. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, the pink variation is going to do way better. The black one completely outperformed it. I had to order more inventory really quick because that one was just performing way better. The market responded better to that one. So sometimes with things like that, you really won't know until you launch. How do you optimize your product listing pictures? I only have plain photos from Alibaba. You don't want to use Alibaba photos, bro. And you shouldn't learn how to edit either. If you're not a photo editor or a picture editor or a graphic designer, that's not your job. Hire somebody to do that. You can get somebody on Fiverr to do it for you. I've never created my own images, and I think some people will try to learn. I've seen people do that, and to me, it's just not worth the time when you can go hire somebody for $10 an image on Fiverr. Hold on, I keep yawning. I need to. Annika Lazinski over here. All right, there we go. But yeah, bro, I wouldn't spend your time learning how to edit. The time that you can spend learning PPC, learning what optimizations you need to make, learning how to analyze certain things in the market, that's worth your time, not learning how to edit. Do you think branding is an aspect of differentiating? Yes and no. Yes and no. Let me explain. What up, Nelly? Good to see you. Very first product and brand that I launched on Amazon. I almost don't like talking about it because then people think that these are good products to sell. But it was a gummy supplement. No, you should not launch a gummy supplement or supplements. This was 2019. Amazon was a different game in the sense of the market wasn't as established. You didn't need the approval test. The cost per clicks weren't as high. But anyways, I launched that product. Now, I did things to differentiate that product. I added a bigger gummy count. I had more milligrams. A lot of companies were claiming that they were made in the USA, and this was before supplements were as regulated as they are now on Amazon. And people were claiming to be made in the USA, and they were claiming 1 million milligrams, 13 million milligrams in the bottle when I was sitting there at what was mine? 1,000 milligrams or something like that. And 1,000 milligrams was on the high end. 13 million milligrams would be scientifically impossible. So people were just putting nonsense on the labels. One of the things that I did to prove that is I had lab tests from a third-party lab in my Amazon listing. That actually helped out a lot. Now, one of the things, there was so many pieces of the puzzle that made that product successful. So I wouldn't, attribute it to just one thing and one thing only. But my branding, oh my goodness, I literally haven't been yawning all day, and then I come on live and I'm yawning for some reason. But anyways, one of the things that really, really helped that brand a lot was I had an amazing brand scheme. So my logo was amazing. It like literally just my logo in itself, which this is a weird one to explain because like logo is not the most important thing because it wasn't like a logo like this. This isn't what I mean. Oh, this is not my product. Not mine. Not mine. I can't even show that on TikTok. I forgot. But anyways, it wasn't a logo like that. Almost think of it like something like this, right? So this is like a Gucci wallet, and notice how like it's not just like the G logo of Gucci, right? It just like really, it just caught your eye. And then on top of that, an amazing brand name. And that was one of the things that really did help my brand was amazing branding. Oh my goodness. I learned really early on how important it was if you were going to create a brand like that to you either have something simple like that water bottle that I just showed, or you have something that just completely stands out and is unique like the wallet that I just showed. So it can be a differentiator, but I still think you need to differentiate the product beyond that. Like I said, I added more gummies to the bottle. I had a stronger milligram, and the fact that everybody was claiming made in the USA, but they were actually made in China. And because it was a supplement, I was able to prove that. That was huge. So those were the ways that I differentiated that first product. And that was before I knew the concept of differentiating as I do today. Like the way that I differentiate products now was way different before. Because although I had success with that very first product, I had products not too far after that one that did not work out for me. One of them being the wrist wraps. And there's reasons why I failed those products. There's a reason why I tell you guys the things that I say. You're making me yawn. Bro, I don't know why I'm yawning. Maybe I have to sit up a little more. My chair's leaned back. But there was products that I had that didn't do well. Like I said, like the wrist wraps. The booty bands did really, really good for a while. And I really think that was attributed less so to what I did in the market. I was just about to say that your yawn is contagious. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I'm yawning. I'm not even tired. I know you were trying so hard. I really am. You know when you like yawn and then it's like a chain reaction, you just keep yawning and keep yawning and keep yawning. What would you do with products that you got stuck with? Would it just be a loss? Define got stuck with. What do you mean by that, RT? How do you mean? How did you get stuck with them? But yeah, there's a reason why I teach all of the things that I do, because a lot of the mistakes that I made that didn't end up selling. Well, why didn't it end up selling, RT? I talked about this in my last YouTube video that I just posted today, why most Amazon sellers fail and how to avoid that. I talk about all the optimizations that you should make, but sometimes if you do everything you can to make that product work, I'm going to make a caveat to that. 99% of people do not do everything to make a product work. That's why most people fail. Most of the time, it's not the product that you launched. Most of the time, it's not the differentiator that you pick. Now, if you just did a completely not good product criteria, you didn't differentiate the product, you launched a product that you like, maybe. But like if you launched a good fundamental product, it's usually things beyond the product as to why people fail. And I really think that's just a lack of information. They didn't get the right information. I mean, guys, there's people on like YouTube right now. Like YouTube's probably the #1 place that people go and watch. You guys also have to realize that subscriber count or follower count doesn't equal the most successful. The people that I learned from on YouTube, I mean, I learned from my cousins, but the people that I learned from on YouTube weren't the most followed. They weren't the ones who got the most views on their video. Some of the people that I learned PPC from, they had like 900 views, 1,600 views, and then you get people who have like 100,000 views, 200,000 views, and their videos are much more popular, but their strategies aren't good. So you really have to understand who to learn from. And that goes for anybody you guys see, including me. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm better than everybody, including me. Vet the information that I say. Because if you vet the information that I say, you'll train yourself to be able to look at other creators and be like, is what they're telling me actually correct? Is what they're telling me actually the right information? So yeah, RT, why did the product not end up selling? Yes, thank you so much for the follow. If two products have functionality, the same functionality, but different design, would you advise listing as a variation? You could if both of them perform well, but you'd still want to differentiate. Nathan, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you as well. Hello, buddy. Do you do private label or arbitrage? Private label. Your information is 100% solid. I appreciate you, Noah. I try. I mean, I've talked about it before. My North Star in creating content wasn't to start a mentorship, wasn't to start the program. I made videos for a year before that ever came into fruition. So it was really just to be the same kind of creator from what I learned from those people who had really good information. That's why, I'm not the flashiest creator, so my videos don't get the most views or anything like that. But I also never did this to get the most views. Hence why I continue to make content regardless of my view count or my follower count or whatever. Been very blessed with the followers that I have. But it's just analytical information. Hey, here's how to differentiate. Here's how to launch a product. Here's how to run PPC ads. Here are the mistakes that people make on their ads. Here's how to get reviews. Like actual information where somebody can watch my content, not even have to join the program, and be like, oh, I actually got value from this. I can go and implement this into my own business. I need to learn PPC ads to try to get it going. Nelly, you have a product live on Amazon already? What are profit margins for a private label? 20 to 30%. It should be 30% on established products. This account is 40% after everything. On average, across all accounts, it's 36%. Are you having inventory storage issues? No, I'm not. I've heard of some people who are, but you could always bid on more inventory. I have two, but only for sale from one. Only sales from one. Nelly, how many reviews do you have on both of those products? Do you share freight forwarders or inspection agencies? I just posted a video on how to get an inspection, hire an inspection company. A freight forwarder is forwarder one. I don't share my own freight forwarder and inspection companies because those are exclusive to students. But yeah, like I'll share with you guys how to get listings created. I'll share with you guys how to get inspections done. I'll share with you guys how to find freight forwarders. Only got 2 reviews on one in the product, but the other ones don't have any. Nelly, I wouldn't even run PPC ads yet. You're not there yet. You got to get reviews. I mean, if you go watch pretty much any of my content on PPC, or my launch strategies, I do not run PPC ads until I get 10 to 15 reviews. This is huge. A very, very big aspect. So, yes, you should utilize the Vine program. Because Nelly, you're out of the, you're not in the US if I remember correctly, right? Do you use PickFu? Yeah, I've actually been using PickFu a little bit more recently. I think it's a great way to A/B test. certain things. You can even A/B test your differentiators. Yeah, I'm out of the US. Yeah, in that case, the Vine program is going to be your number one. It's definitely worth it because you can't sit on a product with 2 reviews and one with 0 reviews and then expect it to get to like the levels that I would assume you want it to get to. Getting those initial 30 reviews on each will be really, really big and help you get to that mark, or at least help you get to the point where you can start getting to that mark in terms of this type of sales that you want to see. Remember, I mean, I don't know if Amazon as a buying platform or if you guys use it where you are, Nelly. I don't know anybody who buys products on Amazon that has just a few reviews. To get 20 reviews, you basically have to give things away for free. Shouldn't be too hard. No, it's not. It really is not. I mean, it is harder for some than others. I do understand that, like people who are out of the US. But even then, you have the Amazon Vine program, and that should be the number one way and your number one focus, honestly. Amazon is offering so many incentives right now. Let me read this to you guys. Let me pull it up. Amazon's essentially paying people to get brand registered, but you have to have done it within the first 90 days of your account being opened. And again, like people who don't see information like this, it's like these are really important things to pay attention to. Hold on, I'm pulling up the dashboard. Yeah, I'm from Canada. I would have to use the Vine program. Yes, but let me read this to you. What are your tips on brand registry? Because I've been rejected so far. I mean, do you have an active trademark? If you do, just resubmit, bro. Sometimes Amazon's weird and they'll like deny things for no reason. So this is everything Amazon is offering if you get brand registered within the first 90 days of you starting your Amazon account. Use Vine program, I'm not brand registered. Interesting. Usually you do have to be brand registered for that. Did you use any computer generated photos, Mimi? So 10% back on your first 50K in branded sales, then 5% back through your first year or until you reach $1 million, or sorry, through your first year until you reach $1 million. They give you a $200 Amazon Vine credit. Literally, they will pay for your Vine reviews. $200 credit towards Amazon Global Logistics, free storage and customer returns. Literally think about paying for free storage. $100 off shipments using Amazon's partnered carrier. 10% off costs on your first 100 units shipped through MCF, multi-channel fulfillment. A $50 credit to sponsored product and sponsored brand ads. $50 credit to use Amazon coupons. All of those things would pay back Vine, assuming you had a decently successful product. So just try to submit different pictures, Mimi, and then make sure that you take pictures of like all sides of your product, right? Bottom, top, side, all the sides. Throw on your Amazon FNSKU on there just so that they can kind of see. I've heard some people say that like putting like a hand, like having your hand on the product just to show that it's not computer generated has worked for them as well. So I would try those things. Remember, y'all, if we get to 3K likes, we will do some either live product research or go over PPC ad strategies. One of the two, I'll let you guys pick, only if we get to 3K likes though. Can you explain how Amazon takes our product? Does it get distributed across the country automatically? Yes. So where's my product that I use as an example? Hold on. TikTok, this is not my product. This is an Apple product that I am not promoting. I get scared now. They put me on timeout last time I did this. But anyways, so you have your FNSKU, your Amazon barcode, right? you're going to place a bunch of these products into a big shipping box. And then you're going to close the shipping box. And then you're going to tape it up. You're going to put your shipping labels from Amazon FBA. Amazon themselves gives you that. Amazon is going to receive that box once you create a shipment. They're going to scan it. They're going to open it up. They're going to scan each one of these items. They're going to put it into your inventory digitally. And then from there, it's something called FC transfer. They're going to distribute those products to different fulfillment centers across the country. That is how Amazon is able to fulfill 2-day or even overnight shipping. If all of your products was stored in California or Nevada, then it would be pretty expensive for Amazon to get it overnight or 2-day shipping to New York. But if they have some of your inventory in Vegas, some of your inventory in New Jersey, some of your inventory in Tennessee, and it's all distributed now, and they have a system for that, now that's how Amazon is able to get your product to the customer so quickly. So I found 8 relevant keywords, and I was thinking about putting them in a campaign 4 and 4. Is this smart, or should I keep it to 5? What you can do, just so you don't have to spend too much, is start with your main 4 to 5 keywords. Keep the other ones on the back burner, and then either when some aren't converting or when you're doing really good, you can start implementing those other keywords. Nice to see you back. Yes, sir. Happy. I'm live every day, brother. Good to see you, though. More product going to Amazon. No more likely 1-day ship. Wait. The more likely 1-day ship is available for customers. To an extent, if you have more inventory, they'll probably disperse it more, but they'll be able to get it to your customer fairly quickly, even if you have a small test run order. Thoughts on new deal fee changes? What new deal fee changes, Robin? Tap that like button, people. Yes, sir, Drew. Pause. Oh, are you saying pause because of Sheep saying love you? Love you too, Sheep. All love, brother. Robin, can you expand on what you're talking about? Bro, if we have a product. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying now. To be honest, I don't really run promotions too much for my product, Robin. We don't even run deals during Prime Day. We don't run deals during Black Friday. I used to be if you asked me that 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 2023, I'd probably be like, yeah, promotions, all of that stuff. I'm not really for it. Because you're going to get during Prime Day. When is Prime Day? Sometime in July, right? See, I don't even remember the exact days because I'm not participating in Prime Day. But even during Prime Days, you're going to see an increase in traffic. Black Friday, you're going to see an increase in traffic. So 8 to 11 next month. Yeah. So you're going to see an increase in traffic in those days. Why would you discount your product 30%? The only time I would do Prime Day or Black Friday deals is if you're on the verge of getting a bestseller badge, because then the sales volume will help your organic rank. So if I was in the top 5 spot in my subcategory, then I would probably run deals so that we can get closer to the number 1 spot, so that we can get the number 1 bestseller badge. But outside of that, I don't really run promotions anymore. Should we have GS1 code on the product in addition to the FNSKU? No, you don't need to. Is there a target page rank you aim to scale back PPC? No. No, even when I'm on page 1, I still run PPC all the same. My concept and philosophy with that, Drew, is there's always somebody behind you trying to take that spot. So if I scale back PPC, then somebody is going to be scaling up PPC and eventually knock me off the organic spot that I'm at. What I do aim for is my tacos decreasing, so my total advertising cost of sale, because in that case, I'm still spending the same on PPC, but I'm less reliant on PPC. And so as long as my margins are good and my tacos is good, that's what I would say. Happy, I don't see, oh wait, yes I do, sorry. Bro, if we have a product which has 2 pieces in combo, shall we put logo on both or on one piece? It kind of depends, Happy. Like, if you have a whiteboard and whiteboard markers, I probably wouldn't put my logo on a whiteboard because who wants to be writing on a whiteboard with a logo on it? But maybe I would put it on my markers, or just keep it simple, put it on the packaging. Robin, I'm also really bad at abbreviations. When I just read PEDs, my head went somewhere completely different, which is what I know you're not talking about, the thing that my head went to. I'm terrible with abbreviations. Y'all will learn that the more you're in my lives. Chad, thank you so much for the follow. Do you really have potential winning 100 products on hand? You said that the other day. No, Hamid, I don't have 100. I have about 400 winning products on hand, my brother. All that meet my criteria. That is not a lead list that I sell. That is not a lead list that I make public. That is not a lead list that anybody except for me has. But yeah, I have like 400 products that meet my criteria. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't launch all of those products. So that's how many I have. Even if I launched 50 products a year, I'm continuously finding new products that get added to that list. So every year I might launch 50, but we'll find another however many. I mean, I found those 400 products in the last, I want to say 2 years of having this list. So that's about 200 products a year. Even if I launch 50 products a year and then continue the product research at this rate, I still wouldn't be able to launch all the products that I have there. Opinion on selling first product in the USA and Canada at the same time or months later. I would sell in the US, but you can turn on having Mexico and Canada, also your product also being sold there through US inventory. Hamid, all love, brother. You're always in the live supporting, so I always appreciate you. But I do think you've asked me this question like 9 times, and the answer is not going to change. I do not launch supplement products anymore. Now, unless it's on a supplement account that was established 5 years ago where we have a strong brand name and we could probably launch any supplement just because of our brand name, then yes. But if you're a brand new seller, no. Is FBM worth it for starters? No, Maddie, this is a YT question. I never do FBM. It's never worth my time. I'm not in the business of picking, packing, and shipping orders. FBA all day. It's all good. Prime exclusive discounts. I really don't run promotions, to be honest with you, that often. In fact, a lot of times I'll launch a product at a higher price and then lower the price a little bit so that I can get a strike through price, Robin. Robin, thank you so much for the follow. Want me to join, bro? Join what? Even if it qualifies your criteria. I mean, if you find a supplement that's under around 500 reviews, but the problem is it probably wouldn't, because supplements usually have way over $1.50 cost per clicks. And I think the supplement that you were telling me has like 1,200 average reviews. And then you're also going to have to account for the lab tests that you need to get those products approved, which is going to cost you anywhere from like $1,000 to $3,000 to $5,000. The live, do you have questions? Is that why you want to hop on, Robin? Or if I were to start today, what are the chances of actually getting sales with so much competition? Well, I mean, I just launched a brand new Amazon seller account, launched a brand new product. We sold out of our inventory profitably. So it depends on the product that you launch, the differentiators that you launch. But yeah, you 100% can. It's not guaranteed. No business is guaranteed. Do you recommend OA to learn the systems? Not if you want to do private label, Chad. The thing is, like, what I always tell people is start with the business model you want to end with, because you're not going to learn anything about private label from doing arbitrage. So no, I wouldn't. You'll learn how to create an Amazon account, which you could learn in 10 minutes. You'll learn how to add a product to Amazon, which you can learn in 10 minutes. And you'll learn how to navigate Seller Central, which you can learn to do in 10 minutes. So you're going to go start a whole different business model for things that you can learn in about 30 minutes. So no, I personally wouldn't. When you get a barcode for your product, how do you get the barcode on your product? On Amazon, when you select the product, it'll say print item labels. You select that. It'll give you your FNSKU. Send that to your manufacturer. They put it on. Ever used a handheld printer to apply brand logo on a new product? No. I've never printed logos myself. Robin, maybe if I catch you in the lives a little bit more often, I'm cool with inviting people in if they have a question or if they've been in the lives, or if I've seen them in the lives often. But that's awesome. I know your AMZ does provide a service of product. Does that come with differentiator or not? No, but I'll always help you with differentiation. I always say that differentiation is subjective. So like what I think is good may not be what you think is good. What you think is good might do well in the market. But I go over in depth in the program how to differentiate a product. We have multiple Zoom call lessons, multiple lessons on it. And students who do product selection are always able to send me their differentiation ideas and ask me, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? But no, I don't select your differentiator for you. So this is a YouTube question. Can using Alibaba for Amazon FBA be dangerous since Amazon doesn't like Alibaba? That's a myth, Rain. Amazon knows that majority of products that people do private label for come from Alibaba. You can't do arbitrage and then use an Alibaba invoice. But Alibaba is 110% acceptable because here's the thing, what is Alibaba? It's a manufacturing platform. So it's not like you're buying products from Alibaba, you're buying products from manufacturers who list their products on Alibaba, just like you're not always buying the products from Amazon, you're buying from third-party sellers like me who utilize Amazon as a platform. So I don't know if you're talking about a different business model, but for private label, that's a huge myth. 95% of my products come from Alibaba, and I've never had an issue. Neither has anybody that I've ever met. I don't even need to submit invoices for most of the products that I sell. That's a completely different business model. Do you have to create listings before creating the product just in case Amazon doesn't accept it? Yeah, I always do, Nina. Got it. Thanks. Of course, Rain. Do you travel to source? I travel to enjoy life, to go sit up on a beach, drink a coconut, but I don't source my products when I travel. There's no need. We live in 2025. I can speak to manufacturers who are across the world from my phone or my computer. So no, I've never traveled to source products, but excuse me, but I do like to travel. If the search graph is very high and low throughout the year rather than flat line, that's okay. Yeah, usually search volume graphs will be like this. So yeah, 100%. Nina, thank you so much for the follow. We did get to 3K likes. We don't have that much time, but would you guys want to do live product research, or do you guys want to go over PPC ad strategies? First 1 to 3 comments wins. Product research or PPC ads? I'll count the YouTube comments too if we get any. So we got 1 for product research or PPC ad strategies. Product research. 1 more and we'll do product research. Let's see. I'll wait. Y'all got to comment if you want to see it. I'm not going to just pick up and do it. And the more time we wait, the less time we have. All right, so 1 for PPC strategies, and that's 3 for product research. Just commented on your videos for a step-by-step guide on getting Amazon shipping labels. Nice dime. I will check it out and make that video for you, brother. What method do you guys want to use to do product research? Do we want to do the Amazon search method or the black box method? Also, I just saw, don't mean to dox you, brother, but Joshua, if you are still in the live, bro, I had sent you a message, just waiting on your response, my guy. All right, let's do the black box method, shall we? Let me pull this up. I would say 3K. Sea urchin. All right, let's share the screen on YT, and then I'll flip the camera around on TikTok. 3K aside from your mentorship. Yes, 3K to launch a product. But that's pretty much everything included. All right. So let's go over some live product research. Here I'm using Helium 10. I'm using the black box tool. I actually never show this, but we use it so often. Give me 2 seconds. We're going to do product research right now, but give me 2 seconds. I'm going to show you guys this. I never ever show this on live, but feel free to not use this. I'm not trying to be a shill, but if people want it, I am going to give it to them. Hold up. I have to find it. Here it is. Again, feel free to not use this if you don't want to. It really doesn't make that big of a difference to me. So, oh, just kidding. I don't even see it. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. Again, feel free to just completely not use this, but for anybody who does want to use it, I do have Helium 10 discount. So Masterclass 20, all caps, for 20% off your first 6 months. Masterclass 10 for 10% off lifetime. Like I said, feel free to not use it. It doesn't make a difference to me, but for those who did want it, there it is. So we're going to go to Helium 10. We're going to use the black box tool. And we are going to select the category that we want to look at. You guys pick. I already know how to do product research, so you guys pick. We're not going to do things like software. We're not going to do things like musical instruments. We're not going to do things like movies and TV. No handmade products, no grocery, no electronics, but you guys pick. Electronic products don't meet my criteria. Chad, I don't launch electronic products. So I saw home and kitchen. So let's do that. Let's pick some subcategories. So we'll do bath. Let's do furniture. Why not? Let's do home decor, kids home store, kitchen and dining. No seasonal. I don't want to do storage. Let's do wall art too. Why don't we? Okay. So step one, we're going to select the category that we want to do product research in. Step two, we're going to come and set some filters. Minimum price, I always set it to 30. And then this is where you can play around with it. So parent level revenue, you can set this for 8,000. You can set this for 10,000. You can set it for 15,000. Really just depends. And as you change the filters, the results may change too. And then same thing with this one, review count, not rating. Review count, I usually will set it to 200. You can set it to 150. You can set it to 180. What up, YC? So just to show you guys, let's play around. Let's do 180. And then we're going to search. Okay. And here, let's make the screen bigger so you guys can see. Here, we're going to look for a product that catches our eye. Remember, I already know how to do product research. So you guys are going to pick, and I'm going to teach you whether, I'll kind of walk you through my thought process. So you guys go ahead and pick a product, and I'll just stop when you guys tell me one. Couple things though before we continue is I purposely never will show you guys a market that actually meets the criteria. Every market that we look at when doing product research will not meet the criteria, most likely. That is by design. I'm here to teach you guys how to fish, not to hand you a fish. Din, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. So you guys let me know when you find a product that catches your eye. I've already seen a couple products that I probably would have picked. But I'll let you guys do it. How much does it cost to open an LLC? It depends on your state. We just did one in Wyoming, and with our EIN, registered agent, and everything, it was like $250. Coffee table. Which one was that? Where was that? And also keep in mind when you guys say products, and if I say no to them, don't think like, oh, I don't want to comment or anything like that. New York is going to be pretty expensive, but you can go on like LegalZoom filings, North Registered Agent, and see how much it would cost. Where's coffee table? Dime. So Chad, with bathroom mirror, I don't launch fragile items. Same thing with the LED mirror. I mean, I'm sure that the market wouldn't be too bad here, but it's fragile and electronic. It doesn't meet 2 criteria points. Where's that coffee table? Oh, right here. Okay, so next we want to identify the main keyword once we have our product idea. We got coffee table here. So next we're going to come over to Amazon and we are going to search. Oh, whoopsies. That's not what I was trying to do. We're going to go ahead and search coffee table. You'll know the main keyword because it's in the title. So for this one, it's like arched mirror. For this one, LED mirror. For this one, sofa bed. For this one, probably rug or area rug. For this one, drawer dresser. For this one, TV stand, right? So for ours, it would be coffee table. We want the keyword that has the most search volume, highest relevancy. So as we see, coffee table with 354,000. By the way, the way that I'm able to see these numbers is because I have the Helium 10 X-ray extension, Google Chrome extension. So we're going to search coffee table. And here it's going to bring, we see that all of these listings are relevant, right? Okay. I also, anyways. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, this product does not meet the criteria. Look how fast I was able, Hamid, I was going to explain that in a second. Without even spending 20, 10, 5, not even 3 minutes on it. Is this the KS and the mentorship? KS, if it is, you can go ahead and message me. But wasn't even 3 minutes, and I could already tell you that this is not a product. Yeah, go ahead and message me, KS. Not a product that meets the criteria. Why? Average reviews are over what I would want. There's a few reasons also why this doesn't meet it. Should I target categories and product targeting? Probably not in the beginning, bro. So we'll make sure that all the products are relevant. Here we go. That's a coffee table, 18,000 reviews. The average reviews, I look for a product that's under or around 500 reviews. Not to mention, if we come here to the weight, these are way too heavy products. I'm not doing a product like this FBA, 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 20 pounds, 47, 29, 36. So it's too heavy of a product. Now, don't be discouraged if you're doing product research and then you come on to here and you're like, oh, this product didn't meet the criteria. Because guess what? You go straight back to your black box tool and you keep looking for products. It's a numbers game. If you can analyze products in like a minute to 2 minutes, like I just did right now, well, then you could go look at 50 products and it would take you like an hour, right? So you go back and you continue to look for products. Now, you can also save yourself a lot of time because like I said, I'm not going to go launch curtains because I already know curtains is going to have like 20 variations for each listing. I don't want a product like that. I wouldn't go select bed sheets. I wouldn't go select these motorized blinds. It's electronic. I wouldn't launch the mirror because that's a fragile item. I wouldn't launch the rug because same thing. It's going to have multiple variations, color, size, etc. So I don't even need to spend my time on those. And I would continue to go through the list. And when you start scratching out product like that, right? So the mirror, do you target products with exact? You want to do exact. You can play around with expanded once you're like a little bit more profitable. So if you guys notice, when I do things like, for example, like a vanity with a light, we don't analyze exact products on the live, Hamid. I only do product validations for my students. We're doing product research, and that's only if we see it here. So we will already know that we're not going to go spend our time with like so many products on this list. So that also is going to save us time. Does that make sense? So let's see here. We've been running. Yeah, we've been running for a minute. Let's do this. I'll show this one more time. Again, makes no difference to me whether you guys use it or not. But all caps, Masterclass 20 for 20% off Helium. Masterclass 10 for 10% off. We've been on for a little over an hour already, Dime. This is why I say that we got to get to the like and share goal, or the like. We didn't even have a share goal today. I made it easy for everyone. we got to get to the share or the like goals really fast, because we only had time to do one live product research, because we got to the like goal like 40 minutes into a little over 40 minutes into product research. Into the live, But if you guys like the lives, like the information that I give, like the videos, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship in the TikTok bio, where I will be your personal mentor. I also have the product selection option, where I will pick your product for you based on the criteria that I use and teach. Right here in the what you will get section, you can see everything that comes with the program. And to apply, you would just click, yes, I want to apply. You'd go through this very quick, takes you 60 seconds, actually fill it out properly. The 60-second questionnaire, it is very fast. I'm going to hide this part so I don't dox my information. Don't want everybody to have my phone number and my email. And if you qualify for the program, because we do deny more than 90% of people who apply, you would be prompted to this page here, where you will be able to, no times in June, where you'll be able to book a call with my team, aka my guy Adam. Adam is our onboarding specialist, and he speaks for me. Show up to that call, and Adam will be able to get y'all right. Help create a unique plan for your situation, help you guys with any questions that you have about the program. But on that note, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship. And also, I know that the program might not be in the cards for everybody. I got a lot of free content, you guys, where I go over every aspect about Amazon as well. The mentorship is for people who want a more in-depth guide and to have direct access to me. So make sure that y'all go check it out. Go show some love to my last few videos. God bless you, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, God willing.